watching the stream. Happy Halloween to everybody, man. I hope everyone has a good Halloween. I know for today I'm gonna just chill. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm chilling for this Halloween. Hey, I did get some Halloween candy though. We got the Skittles, got the Reese's, got some good candy. So that's what I'm gonna have today. Anyway, since today's gonna be more of a Halloween stream, I'm mainly gonna be talking, by the way. We're gonna be talking about how fear is power. Fear is not something to run from at all. Second, we're going to be talking about the masks people wear. That's what we're going to be talking about. And different social dynamics. And then number three, we're going to be talking about the haunted path to power. That's what we're going to be talking about. Those three subjects. Going to number one, how you can use fear as power. Let's imagine there's two people, person A and person B. Person A is scared of ghosts. Person B is also scared of ghosts. However, when they hear a ghost, person A decides to go after it. He's willing to face that fear head on so that he doesn't have to worry about the fear afterwards. However, person B, he never wants to check it at all. He's just going to sit there in his fear, being scared of the ghost. Now, it is very crucial that you understand what I'm about to say. Person A, once he finally finds out that it's a ghost and handles it, he will feel a lot better. Then he can use that fear as power to know what to do next time if he hears another ghost. However, with person B, the thing is with person B is that he'll never be able to use his fear as power. Not because he can. However, it's because he won't face it. This can be tied back to life too. When you don't face your fears, when you don't, and I'm not saying be reckless, because I know many people probably take it out of context and say, oh, but are you saying to be fearless or to be reckless? No, I'm not saying to be reckless. What I am saying is you can use your fear. You can use whatever you're going through as power, to be honest, because fear isn't something to run from. It's something to face head on. Yo, what's good? Emma, happy Halloween to everyone, man. Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween. But yeah, you can use fear as power, guys. That's cool. That's so cool. Yeah. What's good with y'all, man? Happy Halloween, bro. Hey, what are y'all doing for Halloween? What are y'all doing, man? I ain't gonna lie, I'm chilling today. I ain't gonna lie. I got some candy though for Halloween, but I'm chilling. Let me know what y'all doing for Halloween though. You too, appreciate it. I ain't gonna lie, I'm chilling for Halloween, man. I'm chilling. I'm chilling. I already got my candy though. I got my candy for Halloween though. I'm chilling. I'm chilling for Halloween, man. I might watch a movie, some TV shows. Who knows? Feel me? I'm chilling today though. Chad, this actually brings me to another topic. I actually don't mind being by myself, bro. Like, I feel like when you by yourself, you got so much peace, bro. Like, you ain't got to worry about the outside world. You ain't got to worry about the drama. You ain't got to worry about the bull crap. You got to worry about other people. Just focused on you. I'm telling you, when you're focused on yourself, it is better. The peace of mind that comes when you are focused on your own. Oh my God, it is perfect, perfect. Hello, what's good? Copper Stringer, what's good with y'all, man? What's good? Hey, let me know what y'all doing for Halloween, man. I ain't gonna lie, I'm not gonna be outside, I'm gonna be inside. No cap. Yeah. Chat, also, another thing that I've been doing more of, especially now, is I've been doing solo, like going places solo, going to the mall by myself, eating by myself. Like, it's a pretty good experience, bro. It's a pretty good experience. But yeah, going back to using your fear as power, yeah, you were able to use your fear as power. If this is how you gain wisdom. You don't gain wisdom by solely going through stuff. You gain wisdom by facing it head on and then extracting the lesson from it. If you can abstract the lesson from that pain or that suffering, that is where the wisdom lies. That is where the wisdom lies. I'm telling you, you're really nice. Yeah, appreciate it, Emma. Yeah, want to make sure I interact with my fans, man. You know, fans, audience. Even if you're new, even if you're not a fan, like I'll still, you know, still have regular conversations. But yeah, actually, this is going into the second dynamic and the second topic. Let's talk about how people use a mask. So people use masks. I feel like we all, as humans, use a mask. For example, right? By the way, I'm not talking about a literal mask. What's good? It's trickery. Oh nine. What's good? But yeah, guys. But yeah, yeah. The mask people wear. Let me actually make this clear. We all wear some type of mask, right? For example, the way you act with your friends is different from how you would act with a coworker or with a manager, right? We all code switch. You have to know how to code switch. For example, if you laugh a lot with your brother or your family, you can't be going into a business meeting doing that same stuff. You can't. So so having a mask isn't a bad thing. It's only a bad thing if you are manipulating people with that mask and you're tricking people with that mask. We all have a mask. We all wear some mask to some degree, you know? But yeah, it's like what is crazy. What is crazy is that most people don't even consciously realize this, right? For example, right, me, we'll talk to our friends. You might cuss, you might laugh. When you go to school and you were in class with your teacher, you don't cuss at all. Why? Because you have a mask on. Is that a bad thing? Absolutely not. It's not a bad thing. However, you know how to act when it comes to certain people, which is what you need in life. You do. You need that in life. You need to be able to code switch. You can't be acting one mode for every single person you talk to because it's not going to work. Imagine going to your coworker or your manager and saying something that's abstract, something that's inappropriate, something that's weird. You're not getting hired, buddy. You're not getting hired at all. You ain't getting hired. You're not. This is why you have to code switch. Everyone does it. Everyone code switches. And what's good, Venom? Yo, Venom, how are you watching? Yo, you just you're hacking the system. How are you watching right now? How are you watching? Bro, how are you even watching right now? But yeah, we all have a mask, man. We all have a mask. But it's fine to use it. Ugh. And then let's talk about the haunted path to power, man. Let's talk about the haunted path to power. So let me actually make this clear. When you are going for power, let me actually make this clear. You can get power doing a good thing or doing a bad thing. Bro said he has his sources. Oh my gosh. Of course. Just wait till I get you back and I say I have my sources. But anyway, yes. The haunted path to power you can go through it a good way or a bad way. Now look, since it's Halloween, let's take it from a big haunted house, right? You don't have any sources, this guy. But yeah, let's go ahead and take it like a haunted house, right? If you want to finish that haunted house, which is the equivalent to succeeding and becoming an entrepreneur, it's going to be scary. It might be treacherous. It might look like it's not going to work out. Correlating to the haunted house, it may look like you're not going to finish the haunted house. However, there are going to be booby traps in that house, and it's the same thing when you're starting a business. There's going to be people trying to knock you down, stuff like that. However, if you keep on going, if you can complete the haunted house that you paid money for, you would have learned so much stuff from that haunted house. It's the same thing with business. If you keep on going, if you keep on pushing, even when people doubt you, even when people say you cannot do it, if you can just stick with the process, you'll be surprised how far you will come. It's just like a haunted house. You'll be relieved and you'll be happy that you completed the haunted house once you've completed it. What were y'all talking about before you joined? Oh, basically just talking about how you can use fear as power and that it isn't something to run from. However, I was saying that doesn't mean you be reckless. Because I know some people will be like, oh well, they fear sharks, so they're gonna hop in the water like this guy. No, I'm not talking about that. Because then the people they always take it out of context, bro. That's what I noticed. Like if you're not like specific, they start answering the questions for themselves. That's actually a very valuable insight. When you're not specific, people start filling in the blanks like by themselves. Like they start filling it in by themselves. Like then they'll be like, oh well, they do have fears. They do have fears going next to a lion. Let them go next to the lion. I'm not telling you to go to a lion. I don't actually, matter of fact, I don't even understand how people even go near lions. I can't trust a lion. Big T. I ain't trusting no lion, especially a male. Nah, you got it, my boy. You got the jungle. Trust me. You won't even see me there. I don't know how people go to. I know me neither. I know. Like how the heck do people go to lions? Trust me. You can have the whole terrain. Hey, do y'all ever see those? Y'all be seeing those Instagrams where it'd be like, "Your mom would be so quick to slap you," or your cousin would be so quick to slap you. Then as soon as it comes to like a big animal or like a big spider, they ain't so quick to get that. They just like let them go near a lion who might eat. I know, but I'm not gonna lie. The people who are comfortable with lions, I don't know how they do it. Cause it's like even if a lion is trying to be playful, like bro, I'm going to be stepping back. Like bro, I do not trust no lion, bro. Maybe if it's a cub, if it's a lion cub, that's different. I know, but see, then I just thought about it. Imagine you have the cub and you're playing with it, and then the father comes. Oh nah, I'm dropping the cub. There you go, father. Oh nah. Whoo. Oh nah. Imagine the dad lion comes. Nah, bro. Nah, 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 nah. Man, bro, this month actually flew by very fast. Actually, I don't even understand how. Like, bro, this month actually just went by incredibly fast, man. Like, it was just the first. It was just January 1st of 2025. To be honest, that is insane. Like, how was time already going by this fast? Whoof, man, time doesn't wait for anyone. Yo, what's good? Ivani P4M, what's good? Hey, do you have any plans for Halloween? Ivani or Ivoni? You have any plans for Halloween? Yo, official channel. Yo, what are your plans for Halloween? Yo, what's good? The official channel of three. What's good? What's good? What's good? Hey, wait. The official. Do you have anything planned for Halloween as well? Like, what are you guys' plans for Halloween? Going trick or treating? Okay. Where are you going trick or treating at? Like the mall or something? I ain't gonna lie, bro. Me and my brother used to go trick or treating at the mall. That used to be fun, man. But what happened to those times, man? Just growing up too fast, man. You're gonna be like headless horseman. What is that? What's the headless horseman? At a rich house? Yeah, I know, bro. Bro, I'm trying to think of the last costume I wear. I think the last costume I wear was like some ninja or something, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was a ninja or something, bro. But yeah, man. I don't know if I'll ever dress up for Halloween again. I don't even know, to be honest. Maybe. I'll do it for $1 million. I don't know, bro. Halloween doesn't really hit the same anymore, guys. Why? Man, I mean, I'm chilling for this Halloween. Like Halloween to me, it don't really hit the same no more. So yeah, I'm gonna just chill to be honest. You feel like time be going fast. That's what I'm saying. Time's going incredibly fast, bro. Before you know it, we gonna be saying Happy Thanksgiving. Like time is going by so fast. You don't even have time to be sitting there and not grinding and not working and not trying to make something better of yourself. It's crazy. What's good, brand? What's good? For real, 2024. It's like a day ago. I mean, that's what it feels like. It feels like 2024 was like a day ago, man. crazy. Time's going by exceptionally fast. You have to be grinding every day because time doesn't care about how you feel at all. Time is still going to keep on going. The sun is still going to keep on going up, and the moon is going to keep on coming back. So the time is going 24/7, 365 days in a year. You feel like this following is not the same as last year? I mean, yeah, man. Meme reset. Whew. Yeah, guys. I mean, yeah, like Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter. None of them, like none of these holidays hit the same like they used to hit. It might be because of the internet. It might be because we are growing up. Like, we're actually growing up, guys. And it's crazy. It's honestly crazy. It's crazy. You don't have any time to waste. No time to waste at all. So whatever you want to do in 2025, 2026, whatever you want to do, start on it now, bro. You don't have no time to waste, bro. No time to waste. Start on it now. What's good? M3. What's good? What's good? But yeah, you have no time to waste. No time to waste. You have no time to waste at all. You said what? Your name is Menace VR? Oh, okay, okay, okay. I didn't want to say your full name, so I just said like M3, you know? But anyway, let's go on Twitter real quick, chat, so we can talk about some different topics and subjects. Guys, do y'all have Barry Barrett back? All right, man. Guys, do y'all have any plans for Halloween, guys? Any plans? Any plans at all or no? Like 10 minutes? All right, bet. Guys, y'all have any plans? Anyone who's watching right now, you have any plans for Halloween? Doo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo. As of right now, no. I know. Me and my cuz finna go together. To where? Like the mall or something? Or are you going to a Halloween party or haunted house? Get a costume, get this guy. Nah. I'm wearing my costume right now. Nah, it's fun. Nah, actually though, chat. Um, nah, I'm finna just go trick or treating. Oh, okay, that's cool. That's cool. Bro, I haven't seen kids trick or treating in a little minute, man. Like, I think the last time I saw that was 2022, if I'm not mistaken. 2022. That is insane. Like, time be going by quick. Also, let me actually make this clear as well. Going to the the government shutdown. The government shutdown was nothing to be playing with. This is crazy. And what I've noticed is that this is the second time that Donald Trump, like when Donald Trump is in presidency, that this stuff happens. It's crazy. Last year he was a rapper, and you had fake girls and everything. Mm, why did you have fake girls? What's insane? Oh, about the government shutdown. What I was saying is tomorrow, because rappers have grills, I think. Yeah, I mean, if you're a rapper, you want to stand out nowadays, bro. Like, there's no point of trying to follow the crowd, man. Or trying to follow everyone else. Like, you're never going to stand out. You want to actually know what's crazy. This is how you know when you have standed out. When people talk mess. If you're grinding and people are talking mess, that means you are standing out. If you're blending in, there's no reason for them to talk. Actually, even if you blend in, people still have something to say. People always have something to say. I'm not gonna lie. There is rarely anyone doing better than you who is ever going to talk a mess about you. It is always the people who are somehow below you who have the most stuff to say. How are you even speaking? Shut up. You shouldn't even be talking in these people's existence. You shouldn't even be talking. There'll be someone with 2 subs talking mess to a guy who has 20,000 subs saying, "Oh, you'll never be famous. You'll never be successful." These people, man, it's insane. Like, instead of asking the person with 20K subs, "How did you do it?" Instead of asking those people, you decide to do that. That is what you decided to do. You have the most opportunity. You have more opportunities than your parents, your grandparents, your ancestors. And when they all look down on you, when they all look down on you, they are saying, "This guy, he could be grinding. He could be grinding, but instead he wants to hate." Man, people, man. What's good? Sandra Davis, what's good, what's good, what's good? But yeah, man, it's crazy. Man, people, where's my water at actually? But yeah, guys, what are you talking about? Oh, basically, I was talking about how people from the bottom, right? It'll be people doing worse than you who talk the most stuff. So that's basically what I was talking about. Like, it's never the people who are doing better than you who are talking mess. It's always the people below. They always have something to say. If you have red socks on, they say, "Why do you have red?" If you have no socks on, they'd be like, "Why do you have no socks on?" If you have a shirt on, ugh, that shirt. If you don't have a shirt on, put a shirt on. This is why you can't be listening to people. Because people always have something to say every single time. You're right. I know, man. People always have something to say. It's always these people. Like, it's always those people, bro. So, but going back to my main point, tying back to the main point, my main point was when you are standing out, you are going to you are going to have haters. But that's how you know you're standing out. This is why you don't seek people's validation. I know, bro. You're 13, you're on your grandma's phone, so technically your name is Sadie. Oh, okay, okay. I didn't know that's why, but yeah, I'll call you Sadie. But yeah, guys, this is why it's important to build internal confidence. Internal confidence, not external. You don't need anyone else's validation but yourselves, and you need God's validation. Actually, you already have God's validation. You want to actually know what's crazy? Is people say that loyalty is in punishing you. Then how come the most perfect man on the world didn't punish us? The most perfect man on the world did not punish us. Yet people on earth think you need to get beaten up just to prove loyalty. Get that stuff out of here. Because the perfect man didn't do it. If that was really the case, Jesus Christ would have done it. It's crazy, man. People have it all skewed. People don't even understand what it actually is. Shout out to Jesus Christ, man. The true form of masculinity. True form. Anyway, hold on. It's always the people passing judgment, but what on earth? Jesus said he passes judgment on no one. Exactly my point. Can you think they're popular than other kids? Sometimes they call the weird or nerd, or sometimes they talk, sometimes they blow out stuff that they're not supposed to blurt out, or they make fun. What are you talking about? Well, I mean, I could say, yeah, the popular kids, yeah, like when you're popular in school, of course, that's clout, right? However, that clout doesn't matter outside of school. Also, it tends to be the weird ones or the nerds who end up coming up with the most abstract, unordinary invention that ends up making them a bunch of money. Also, don't confuse silence for weakness either. Many people think that the kid that's silent, the kid that's quiet, nah, he doesn't have a clue what's going on. I guarantee that quiet kid knows more than the extroverted people in that room. I guarantee. I guarantee it. When you are more quiet, you are able to observe more, and that observation will allow you to make critical and time your approach correctly. When you are doing something, you want to strategically strike at the right time. If you strike too early, then people already know your plans. If you strike too late, it's too late to even do your plan. But if you strike at the right time, you hit at the right needle at the right time. Kids make fun of other kids dating a boy or boy dating a girl, looks at another girl in front of them because you're dating how your hair looks with the clothes you wear. I'm not gonna lie, Sadie, I don't know what you're talking about. Well, hold on. Let me get this real quick. So, guys, if you don't know, so when I was walking around, when I was walking around this new city, I got this book right here. So, what is God's kingdom? I actually decided to stop and get this, and I've been reading it, guys. And also, I actually want to tell y'all something that's actually very important in this. It says, "What will God's kingdom accomplish next?" It says, "Although Jesus is already ruling in heaven, human governments still rule on earth." How much was it? Oh no, it was free. You know how you'll be walking, right? Like you'll be walking near a restaurant or walking near the mall, and there'll be people sitting there just saying, "Hey, do you want to know more about Jesus?" They didn't even have to tell me that. I decided to go to them to understand more about Jesus, and then they just gave me the book for free. Yeah, but yeah, you're going to tell you that your email. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, and I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Yeah, there's gonna be people talking about you if you are email man. Like I would say you can continue being yourself. However, we cannot disprove the harsh reality of this earth. Yeah, people are going to talk about you. People are gonna call you weird. People are gonna maybe call you stupid. I don't know. People, this world is cruel that people don't care how you feel, so they're gonna keep on talking. However, that doesn't mean you have to change yourself. You don't have to change yourself because even hypothetically, even if you did change yourself, they might say, "Shut up. You were once that you once had that Gotham in you." Or you were once that email guy. That's actually what you want to know what's crazy. That's what the devil does too, as well. The devil actually does that as well. The second you start growing, the second you start getting away from something, he's like, remember when you used to, bro, this guy always bringing up the past. Let's talk about how you fell from heaven. You want to talk about the past so much? Let's talk about when you fell out of heaven. This guy, your emo, your gothic. You listen to a lot of rock kids. Oh, yeah, because the way as it's here, side to side, it loves you too, it's the jaw. Feelings up to the side, you used to go to the counselor. Yeah, man, it's fine. Yeah, make sure you seek help. Always have a counselor. Always just stay true within you. Bro, Venom's laughing, I know. But anyway, so let's read some of this book though. It says, Although Jesus is already ruling in heaven, human governments still rule on earth. Meaning, even though Jesus is already ruling in heaven, which is a separate state of an empire, human governments still rule this earth. Meaning, there can be evil, there can be people who are killing people, murdering people, stealing from people, and that's because this is on earth. It's not in heaven. Many people think that you have to be morally good to become rich, to become successful. No, you don't. You don't have to be morally good at all. You can be the most heinous, evilest man on the planet and still live better than someone who is serving God. And I know people don't want to hear that, but it is the truth. Anyway, it says it says during the time that God's kingdom will happen. It says he will take action to abolish false religion. It says religions that have taught lies about God and that have made life difficult for people will be gone. So they will be gone. It says the Bible portrays false religion as a prostitute. Its destruction will come as a shock to many. Revelation chapter 17, verses 15 and 16. Then he's going to end human rulership. It says God's kingdom will take action to put an end to all human rulership. Revelation chapter 19, verses 15, 17, and 18. Now, see, this is the thing is that most people will say, oh, well, God's gonna end the earth all anyway. What's the point of them trying? No, you should still make money now. I'm not saying you have to worship it, but you still need money. I don't know why they people trying to pretend that they don't need money. The reason why you're able to even say a comment like that is because of money, which is my point exactly. You don't know the exact day or hour. Exactly, you don't. And God's being very patient. You want to actually know what's crazy? And I was actually analyzing this earlier as well. When God says temporary, most people think that this person's gonna get their revenge in a year or two. Let me be honest. Since God didn't give a specific number, God's temporariness of him getting or of him or her getting their revenge, it could be 60 years from now. It could be 70 years from now. However, if someone did you wrong, you ain't trying to wait 70 years. You trying to get them right then and there. However, God's patience is another thing, man. So why would you wait? Hypothetically, he might not come back for another 300 years. You don't know exactly, which is why you should forgive. But yeah, but even yeah, Venom, yeah. I mean, you make yeah, that's a good point. This is why it's better to forgive because yeah, they might not get their revenge until God literally comes back. You don't know. God never put a specific time frame or a specific number. Mm, yeah, what's good? But yeah, I mean, it says that God's kingdom will remove wicked people. It says, what about those who are determined to do what is bad and who refuses to obey God? As for the wicked, they will be cut off from the earth. Proverbs chapter 2, verse 22. And it says he's going to eliminate Satan and the demons. Satan and the demons will be unable to mislead the nations anymore. Revelation chapter 20, verses 3 and 10. And it says, what will all of this mean for those who accept God's kingdom? It means meaningful work and a clean environment. It says what God's kingdom will do for mankind. Ruling as king in heaven, Jesus will accomplish much more than any human ruler ever could. He will be assisted by 144,000 co-rulers who are chosen from among mankind. Revelation chapter 5, verses 9 and 10, and Revelation chapter 14, verses 1, 2, and 3. It will make sure that God's will is carried out here on earth. What will God's kingdom do for Earth's inhabitants? Also, he will eliminate sickness and death as well, which is actually good. No resident will say they are sick, and death will be no more. Isaiah chapter 23, verse 24, and Revelation chapter 21, verse 4. Chat, this is a good book, man. Like honestly. This is a very, very good book. My this is how I take Christianity. You need to read the Bible and understand how the world actually works. That is the two perfect stuff that you need that's gonna make you understand how the world actually works and actually make you a better Christian. Actually, and shout out to Venom for this. Psalms chapter 73, David was even being real. So I was actually analyzing that last night. Now David was saying, how is the wicked somehow winning? That's what thank you. That's how I know you are paying attention. If you pay attention, you'll see it. You will. You're like, how are these people winning? He just committed a crime. He just stabbed somebody. He just wished death upon a person. Bro, like what? Wait, you read it? I didn't read it, but I looked up a specific portion of it when David was saying how was like the wicked winning. So like, I saw a specific portion of it. But yeah, then it says God's gonna ensure true peace and security. It says the peace of your sons will be abundant, and they will sit each one under his vine and under his fig tree. Yeah, man, it was actually pretty good. It says, and no one will make them afraid. Isaiah chapter 54, verses 13, and Micah chapter 4, verses 4. He will provide meaningful work. The work of their hands, his chosen ones will enjoy to the full. They will not toil for nothing. Isaiah chapter 65, verses 22 and 23. And it says he will solve environmental problems. It says the wilderness and the parched land will exult, and the desert plain will be joyful and blossom at the saffron. Isaiah chapter 35, verse 1. Now, Lamont, obviously, you know more verses than me. It says they teach people what they need to do in order to live forever. This means everlasting life. They're coming to know you, the only true God, and the one whom you sent, Jesus Christ. John chapter 17, verse 3. It says God wanted to enjoy those blessings. Isaiah chapter 44, verse 18. The next article will explain what you can do to be a part of this wonderful future. So God has a wonderful future in store for the people who believe in him. And this is very important. Choose to support God's kingdom now. You have a choice. This is why God gives us free will. It is only in free will that God can truly say, you deserve the kingdom of God. If God did not give you true will, God didn't give you free will. Well, God would still know. However, if God didn't give you free will, that wouldn't prove your loyalty or your love to him. That doesn't prove anything. If you're forced to do it, which God wouldn't, hypothetically, if you were forced to obey God, that doesn't prove anything. No, no, no. It's when you have the choice to decide to still follow God. That is why God gives us free will. This is because if you choose God, God knows, okay. Like he or she didn't have to choose this life. They didn't have to follow this life, but they decided to anyway, because that's where the blessing is. And it says, imagine that a devastating hurricane is approaching your area. Government agencies are broadcasting urgent warnings. Get out. Seek refuge now. What would be the wise thing to do? Head for a safe place, certainly. In a sense, we are all living in the path of a devastating storm, which Jesus called a great tribulation. Matthew chapter 24, verses 21. They cannot simply get out of the path and tribulate, but they can do something to protect themselves. What is it? In his Sermon on the Mount, Jesus Christ gave this direction: keep on, then seeking first God's kingdom and his righteousness. Matthew chapter 6, verse 33. How do we do that? Also, this actually ties back to a tweet. If y'all follow Luke Belmar, he actually said that he's been asking about this. He said, what does God mean when God says, seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness? Luke Belmar actually tweeted that. So he may be getting into Jesus Christ, which is actually good. In a world where you are getting distracted by these worldly stuff. Jesus says to seek his kingdom first. However, if you don't have your survival needs met, it is very hard to focus on God because you're on earth. It would be different if you're in the Garden of Eden. It says, seek first the kingdom of God. This means that we should view God's kingdom as being more important than anything else. Matthew chapter 6, verses 25, 32, and 33. Why should we view it that way? Because humans are just not able to solve mankind's problems. Only God's kingdom can accomplish that difficult job. Seek his righteousness. We should try our best to live by God's righteous laws and principles. Why? Because if we decide for ourselves what is right and what is wrong, then the results will be bad, which is exceptionally true. Proverbs chapter 16, verse 25. On the other hand, if we live by God's standards, we not only please God, but also benefit ourselves. Isaiah chapter 48, verses 17 and 18. Yo, what's good? What's good, the official? But yeah, it says, keep on seeking first God's kingdom and his righteousness. Jesus warned that some might get sidetracked, thinking they can find security in making as much money as possible. Hey, 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 wait, why are you doing that? Hey, the official, no, I'm not making you a mod anymore. You can't be just doing that. So I will not you will not be a mod anymore. I don't know what the hell you doing. All right, guys. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and end live here, man. Hey, happy Halloween, all y'all, man. Love y'all, man. I hope y'all have a good Halloween. Peace.